we go out to this corner? And welcome to Kissimmee, Florida, the NCCAA Nationals. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Kept us away for about 12 minutes, but you didn't miss too much. 32-35 remaining in the opening half between Oklahoma Wesleyan and Central Christian College. Oklahoma against Kansas in Group B play. Oklahoma Wesleyan, the 2 seed in the white and black, and then the Kansas representatives of Central Christian College rocking the blue and gold, or yellow, depending on your eyesight. Ball into the near corner, and it's going to be flipped up into the top netting. That's been the story of most of this contest so far for Oklahoma Wesleyan, applying the pressure. But, of course, as the higher seed, that's something that you would expect at this stage. But it's been bend, don't break for Central Christian College. At a McPherson, Kansas, the Tigers have struggled defensively this season. That's one of the first things pointed out when you talk to the coaching staff. And some trouble with very significant injuries and illnesses. The goalkeeper position ends up a defender, a player that came in as a defender. Keeley King is in goal today. A talent that they became aware of after bringing her in as a defensive player. Now the senior, she's acquitted herself well so far, but there's a lot left to come from the Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan. King there once again. Possession incredibly sparse for the Tigers. Service up to Alexa Riddle. She's one of the key players that was marked out by head coach Scott Fogarty. She's found a couple of touches, but none of them in an offensive sense. The number 9 on the right wing, Kasia Kremen. A key player going the other direction for the Eagles. You'll see the number 9 on the ball a lot. She does not, however, have the most goals for Oklahoma Wesleyan. That honor falling to Marjolin Nakesa. Has 26 goals in 20 matches this season. Number 10 in white playing a very traditional number 10 role as the attacking midfielder. Hard jostling in the midfield, and it's gone against Oklahoma Wesleyan. A bit too stern from Lori Story. It is a chance to breathe. A windy day in Kissimmee, Florida, just south of Orlando, in the center part of the state. It's a lovely day. The wind cooling 80 degrees in sunshine with clouds rolling overhead in waves. Alana Robinson sends it along. Danger for the back line. There's a couple of white shirts pushing forward. Stymied up, and it was handled. Kelsey DeCastro left something up high. Again, we are scoreless with 29-22 to play in the first half. So you did not miss anything with the technical difficulties. The wind tried to stop us but failed. It will, however, be in your ears despite all the wind screens that can be erected. Will this fall for Riddle? It will. And she's put it wide and over for good measure. But that's the best chance in these opening 16 minutes. The best chance I should qualify on the Tigers side. There have been a couple of great looks for the Eagles I was not able to join you for. One in particular for Kremen off the right side, tucked it a couple of inches by the far post. Some pressure coming forward, but the Eagles have played their way through. There's a lot of space in behind, and a whistle's gone up to the disdain of Vladan Glavinic, the head coach. Must be careful as he remains in earshot of us. And as such, you can probably hear some of the protest. Nonetheless, it will be the Tigers with a chance to play the ball forward once again. Bounces free to Gross. An explosive playmaker off the left side that's quite the vaunted front three for a 14-win Eagles team. Settled on a 1-2 out of the midfield. This is a strong step forward by Story. Dummied through by Gross. She's got it back, and there's a chance to run onto this for Gross to her left foot. And the shot's blocked away by Robinson. It'll be a corner. That was deft and creative. Central Christian College will need more than just determination, but the determination will go a long way to keeping the Eagles out. Has worked through 18 minutes. Some delay as Kezia Kremen will be called upon to take this corner. Last one she took ended up knotted to the outside of the post on the near side. She's left this one right in the middle. It's fallen to the feet, will be cleared away again by Robinson. Shoveled out of play and a decision to be made. Ashley Reimer. Surveys her options. There's plenty of space to be taken in the middle. The left-footed shot, and it's been tucked away by Marjolin Nakesa, the Kenyan midfielder, with her 27th of the season. And it's 1-0 Oklahoma Wesleyan. With that much space, she could hardly miss. The type of quality she has in that left foot. There was very little that could be done between the pipes by Keely King. And the rich get richer as the team's leading scorer adds another to put the Eagles in front. A question or two for the Central Christian College defense. Allowed Nakesa to make her way across the front of the 18 into a whole patch of grass. But the legs undoubtedly heavy already with the amount of defending done. Wall pass is brought up to Riddle. She'll try and possess. Drops it back to Valencia, but I was expecting the loss of possession. It's actually trickled all the way through, needs to be dealt with, and it's just whipped out of play. Ariza Olage, I believe her first touch of the match. It's a sharp off her line. Kremen disrupted by Menjivar. Robinson hassling Gross. Flat ball over the top, calls King out. One 0 to the 2 seed in Group B. The first wave of matches to be played as Robinson's gone to one knee. And the official has officially called for time to have the central defender properly inspected. In this case, subbed off the field. Isabel Reuter in her place. One-two opening up on the wing. Story into the mix. Abby Kane has sent it away. Battle for it ensues. Riddle in a collision, a hard one, incidental nonetheless, with Chloe Johnson. The Oklahoma Wesleyan midfielder clattering Riddle, who's certainly put in a good shift at the top of the formation already. Just past 20 minutes in, desperate to get as many touches as possible. What kind of deep service will we see from Kane? A teasing ball front of the 6. It was corralled somewhat uncomfortably by Kasoa. And Riddle continues to add to the discomfort. It will be Oklahoma Wesleyan ball. The Eagles have done well playing out of the back thus far, but it only takes one. Bit of a flat ball, and once again hassled. A huge breeze picking up. Did that force a throw? No, it did go past the end line. It will be a goal kick. Olegay elects to play it short. She's had it returned to her by Kasoa. Danielle Uptain's pass has escaped everyone across the touchline, and a chance for the Tigers to sustain a little bit of pressure, trying to get after Oklahoma Wesleyan a little bit. Down a goal, that is the necessary recipe. Gross just walloped forward. Mishandled by Johnson. There is a lot of room to run into for Reimer. Her running pass too far for DeCastro. The second ball handled with great skill by Kasia Kremen. It's put Oklahoma Wesleyan in an attacking position, but there are a lot of Tigers back to defend. Funneled clear, but Johnson behind it. And restart possession for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Central Christian College trying to push forward, but that was some beautiful midfield play. Only got as far as Carla Minjavar would allow. Kasia Kremen is snuck all the way in, ball across. Took a deflection, then hit the goalkeeper King. It's fallen in the front of the area and has been tucked away with the utmost comfort by Marjolaine Nekesa. A brace already for Marjolaine Nekesa. And it was haphazard from Central Christian College in defense. The ball was cleared frantically and struck the face of King, fell kindly for Nekesa, and she really passed it into the back corner with King still partially disabled after her run-in with the ball. One of the easier goals Marjolaine Nekesa will find herself in, and while frantic, also unfortunate for Central Christian College to have the ball fall to the opposition's leading goal scorer, now on 28 goals for the season, and a raucous 65 points overall, Marjolaine Nekesa. 21:33 to play on the scoreboard in the first half. 2-0 Oklahoma Wesleyan over Central Christian College. Oklahoma against Kansas all the way down in Kissimmee, Florida. Kasoa. Brought in by Reimers. Stern dispossession by Jordan Meyer. And Myers found herself on the ball again. But a hopeful pass forward finds Nekesa of the opposite color, and now Gross has done well to create space for herself, looking to cut back to her right foot, but pincered off the ball. Cleared out as far as Reimer. Back in from Johnson. Pass was cut out. But Valencia could not control, and we've reset. Down the wing for Gross. Twirled it back to her right foot, put it into the mixer. It's been touched down. Marjolaine Nekesa to her left, shoots in a third. It's a natural hat trick for the Kenyan Marjolaine Nekesa. And that, perhaps the most composed of them all, took the touch around the defender, collected herself, and gave King no chance to stop it, right into the far corner from her position. So incredibly well done for one of the main reasons Oklahoma Wesleyan is the number 2 seed in this tournament. And the Eagles are proving themselves very worthy of that tab against Central Christian College. Meyer. Nakesa. One-two back to Beaver. Has to do a lot of the work for herself, and second defender able to clean things up, and Isabel Reuter. Well, it took some time for Oklahoma Wesleyan to break through after some assertive possession. Slipping, falling shot, almost broke through anyways as a pass. It will be cleared away instead by Allison Harper. One or two spells for Central to get across the midfield line, but not much more than that to speak of. And really, one shot towards the frame to Oklahoma Wesleyan's 3 goals. After the first goal, the Tigers to pieces a bit. It's a lot of space for Marjolaine Nakesa to roam around just behind the front wave. Harper sends it aloft once more, but Johnson. It's not a land of opportunity for Kayla Beaver's ball. Find a lot of numbers and blue and yellow behind it. Angled pass skips right under Lily Murray. Murray's come in to spell Kasia Kremen. Kremen was spectacularly creative in her time on the field. A player that is pace-based and the amount of substitutions unlimited. Certainly always a good idea to provide the breather, especially with a 3-0 advantage. Gross. There's hardly a poor tactical move with a 3-0 advantage. Reimer. Nakesa has battled it to Chloe Johnson, sizing one up from 30. Shoots out to the side. That will be a whistle and a talking to. Stern challenge from Lori Story. She came in, it seemed studs up, but was able to avoid any significant contact. It was the nature of the tackle that prompted the whistle. Ensuing ball from the Californian Allison Harper is wide. Just about everything, and will give Oklahoma Wesleyan the possession that it has dominated. Beaver twirling around into the middle of the park. Nakesa keeps rolling to Gross, who's switched over to this right wing in the past couple of minutes. Back and forth and back again in the middle to King. Sure-handed enough. Brings it to her chest and relieves the pressure for Central Christian College. Substitutions called for as Riddle thought about taking that quick. Chance for both teams to catch their breath on 15:29 to play in the first half, with Oklahoma Wesleyan leading 3-0 in a hat trick from Marjolaine Nakesa. new player on the Oklahoma Wesleyan side is Kenzie Nichols. Mariah Godinez, the player that checked in the Central Christian College side. Godinez trying to apply some pressure on the back line, but it has been removed by Danielle Uptain. Out to Beaver, and now Murray. Oh, Murray's done very well to get to the corner first, and now is cut in, has a couple of options in the box, cannot find them. Excellent defensive play to take Lily Murray off the ball. She'd done all the hard work and had the pass left. It was Abby Kane that did the tackling off Lily Murray, and she's part of the tandem at the back ever since Robinson departed. Kane, direct ball, Uptain sends it back where it came from. But it's settled by Central Christian College. Back to Kane. Abby Kane's ball, knifed out by Beaver. And short hop Nichols, but Nichols gets a second bite of the apple, can't make much more of it. The ball to the near side. Seen out by Reimer. Carla Minjavar did her darndest, but couldn't quite get to it. Marjolaine Nikessa on the hat trick has subbed out as part of the new changes for Oklahoma Wesleyan to save the legs and provide perhaps a prolonged halftime for some of the starting players. At 12:54 left in the first half. The Eagles lead the Tigers 3-0. Zealand Shannon with you from Kissimmee, Florida. Pressure once the ball gets into the midfield is constant. Riddle. Danielle Uptain challenged, but she did get it clear. Lizette Whiteside trying to spoil her plans, but it didn't come through. And now there's room for Lily Murray again to work. Got by Kane, but not by her teammate. A couple more changes queued up on both sides, it seems, down beneath us in the tent. That was an aggressive challenge. I believe it was Nichols who was called for it. Once again, Vladan Glavanic asking for a word or two. The head coach for Oklahoma Wesleyan, ball ahead, intercepted promptly by Reimer. She has it back. Monjavar in her face, but has played it round her. Valencia tapped it away to force Oklahoma Wesleyan to reset, but the Eagles are just comfortable in possession overall. Valencia did well to play it off Jordan Lopez. Now here come the wholesale changes. 3 for Central College, 1 for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Three goals from Marjolaine Nikessa, sophomore out of Nairobi, Kenya. Now on 29 goals in 21 matches, including this one. Something of a show stealer up to this point, with really goals of all kinds. One from outside the box, one of the tap-in variety, and one of the close control composure. Holloway down the line for Lopez. Foul has gone against Central Christian College. Serviced up to Nichols. Trying to fight her way through the through a crowd. Jocelyn Martinez has taken the ball off her. Favor returned by Chloe Johnson. Oklahoma Wesleyan with well over 60% possession. You'd figure in this match. Johnson. Murray in space. Flag is up. And Murray was offside. She has been quite explosive off the left side after making the move over from the right. Not part of the starting lineup, Murray, but has come in short order to make an impact. 3 goals for Oklahoma Wesleyan on just 5 shots. And there is not, according to our local stats on the scoreboard, any shots thus far for Central Christian College. I recall 1 ball in the general direction of the goal. Beaver will have to wait to throw this in as more substitutions have been queued up. Katie Tuggle and Jody Martinez in relief of Johnson and Story. It's been a complete effort from Oklahoma Wesleyan, with Nekesa finishing off all 3 Eagles goals. And well, it took over 15 minutes for Oklahoma Wesleyan to break through. The 3 goals came one right after another after that. Jocelyn Martinez with the interception in the midfield for the Tigers. Trying to settle Valencia. Bit wayward. Holloway able to cut it out. Martinez trying to take on Valencia. Up to Harper. Tried to play it flat back to Deanna Valencia, but not quite on the same page with her center back. Harper stays home, nods it out for another throw. Holloway making her up the near sideline. Knifed back by Moazami, keeping the ball moving. Beaver, Lily Murray on the right foot. Lily Murray pushed over the bar by King. That's the explosiveness once again, this time in shot form. From about 21-22 yards, it needed a solid save from Keely King. Some discrepancy on who be taking the corner, and it's Lily Murray. After a discussion, the instructions coming from the bench. Official stopping the clock for a moment to allow for that change to take place to avoid any time wasting. 6:20 to play. Murray, that in the first half, to her left foot, bit far over everyone, I believe, headed out for a goal kick, unless Nichols can save it. She did, but found someone in yellow and blue. It's been rolled out of play. Lot to do for Reuter defensively on the right side, flanking Kane on the right side of the defense. How about this cut from Beaver? Wanted Lily Murray, but Murray was dropping back to give Beaver some room. Just a straight up and down miscommunication, but Oklahoma Wesleyan appeased as it is with a 3-0 lead. Chelsea Nemo has come in to give Riddle an extended halftime with 5.5 to play. And Riddle feeding on scraps up top for this team, and what has come out as a base 4-4-2, Coach Fogarty saying is the first time he's rolled out the 4-4-2 this season. A big spot to do it, to try and cope with what he said was the athleticism of Oklahoma Wesleyan. And Athleticism has been a big reason the Eagles have been able to take control. Kane sizing a move on the ball. Allowed Lily Murray to run all the way to it, tried to clear it off of her, but it's gone off of Kane last, and she bore the brunt of the challenge as well. Moazami. Jocelyn Martinez. Two physical ball-winning midfielders. It was Jocelyn that won out that time for Central Christian College, but the possession to this point not long lasting. Twirling maintenance of possession by Jocelyn Martinez. But the direct game, it just hasn't connected. It only takes once, of course, for it to connect, but it has not yet. Diana Valencia has run it right off of Martinez for Oklahoma Wesleyan, and it's gone out for the goal kick. King will seat it to Allison Harper. I've not seen Robinson return in the middle of the Tigers' defense since exiting early on in this first half. It's certainly not helped the case for Central Christian College. The break ahead toward Martinez, stopped up by Harper. He's going to have Holloway showing, but Nemo's done well to keep up with her. There's no obvious target. Nemo's poked it out. Did it go off of Holloway? It did. Nemo looking to the middle of the field. Beaver done away with it. Some distance as well. Nichols tries to take it first time. Controlled by Jocelyn Martinez. Jordan Martinez has done well to step in. Now Nichols a chance on her left foot. Seen off the post. Nichols from her backside couldn't get her foot around it. And that's not necessarily a shot you spend a lot of time practicing, but she figured she'd take the opportunity. Sprayed it wide. The first shot was good from Nichols. And it might have been touched into the post by King. Perez has slipped it through, and it's flipped wide by Nichols, who's finding herself in a lot of space. Lopez to Nichols, but Kinsey Nichols, despite the threats, has not mustered the goal. We're inside the final 2 minutes of the first half. It's 3-0 Oklahoma Wesleyan, leading Central Christian College, the 2 seed, over the 7 seed in Group B. 2 groups of 4 teams. Got to finish in the top 2, and voila, they're in the semifinals of the NCCAA Nationals. Strong breeze could help Lily Murray with this service. That'll be an in-swinging foot from the far corner. Put it into the air. Tricky ball settled by Beaver. She absolutely whipped it. Blocked bravely by Kyla Hughes. It will be another corner. That bounced up well. It was a late close down for Central Christian College. Murray again. Outswinger this time. Ozami had settled in. Out spinning around. The ball went off the crossbar and now carefully cleared. Ruth Kasoa had the chance to put one into the back of the net. Could not. Beaver rampaging into the edge of the area. It's gone down. A bit of a penalty shout and the call not given. And I believe a corner has been awarded instead. Beaver she almost picked her way through two. Quick service by Murray inside a minute. Beaver right in front, unaccounted for, 7 yards out, and should have done better. She'd be the first to tell you. It was a great chance for Beaver in the final seconds of the opening half, but not too much to rue about for Oklahoma Wesleyan with a 3-0 lead into the half of the kickoff of Group B at the NCCAA Nationals. We will be back for the second half after this. 2 for Kasia Kremen. Beaver adding the 6th with a tap in. Gushua. Defense catching up to her, wanted to play it through to Godinez, but there was too much ground to make up for Mariah Godinez. Oda up for Meyer. Millison just complete whiffed on it the first time, but gets a hold of it with her weaker right the second. Has it clear. Now Nichols trying to make things difficult for Harper, who just puts it out of play. Oklahoma Wesleyan marching it down the right side of the field. Breezy. With a name befitting the current weather situation for sure. Millison has run it wide of Martinez. Things slowing a bit in the final stages of this match. That opens Group B play. Of course, there is plenty of tournament left to go. Playing all the way through Saturday for the championship, sitting here on Monday. We'll be with you the whole way. Zealand Shannon from Kissimmee, Florida. Enjoying Florida's version of wintry weather. I think it's under 80 degrees, which for some in these parts is sweater appropriate. Cut inside by Lopez. Player's gone tumbling to the turf, but it's come back to Lopez. An opportunity to look for Nichols. Reuter just whacks it clear. She's found Godinez as well. Godinez is waiting for help, has a wave of blue and yellow following up. Could there be an opportunity to run? Mackenzie Kispert, her pass was well behind Godinez, and Mariah Godinez upset with the service from Kispert, who'd made her way into a pocket of space down the left side of the field. Gushua. Gushua's gone over the tops, picked a great ball. It's unlocked it for Mariah Godinez, but Kasoa closes it down. Fantastic closing speed. Ruth Kasoa, the other Kenyan on this Oklahoma Wesleyan side, outside of Marjolaine Nakesa. That was quite the recovery. It was a clean ball through, very well picked by Gushua. Godinez been trying to put herself in a position like that for the last 15 minutes or so. Found it. Now ball across, dangerous from Godinez. Millison, and then Uptain to clear. Tuggle. Porter. Jocelyn Martinez taken off the ball by Millison. Munger dumps it forward, hopefully. Finds no target. That the best spurt from Central Christian College in this game, the best opportunity to score, and that will be it for Godinez today, headed to the bench, but good effort. Chelsea Nemo has come in her stead to apply some fresh-legged pressure. Martinez. Sky high, Jocelyn Martinez has controlled. It's done Reuter no favors. Closed down by Nichols. It will be a throw. Munger, who's slid into the center of defense. She takes the throw, but Gushua in a tough spot, unable to figure a way out. A chance to apply more pressure for Oklahoma Wesleyan has fizzled. Ota, Nemo, one touch, two touch out wide for Gushua. Gushua trying to play Nemo through. Now Munger, wide of Nemo, controlled by Tuggle. Excellent work out of the back. Mozami onto Millicent. Obtain pressure coming from Nemo. Mozami, there's the disruption. Jocelyn Martinez, but Tuggle head along to Millicent. Down the line, Munger colliding with Martinez. And it's settled for Central. Jocelyn Martinez. Angled ball is done very well. Found Kispert. It's bounced off Kasoa. Tuggle. And it's run itself away from Ali Millicent. 2:40 remaining. Space for Kispert to whip one across. Controlled by Ota. Kasoa, what a ball! Oh my word! That is a fantastic goal from Kaylee Gushua with 2.5 minutes left. Found a bit of space and tucked it right into the top corner. She'd played one or two incisive balls, did not play in the first half, Kaylee Gushua. And she's found one right off the top drawer. No doubt about it, stepped into the ball from 22, 23 yards out. Had the perfect amount of bend. The wind doing crazy things, just deadened the ball in the air once again. And it hung in the corner for what felt like an hour and dropped. And there's the bit to add some momentum for Central Christian College. Still an emphatic Oklahoma Wesleyan victory, needing a special goal from Kaylee Gushua to break open the score on the Central side. But there's something to grab onto for Central Christian College going forward in Pool B. Playing the top-seeded team in the pool first and two-seeded Oklahoma Wesleyan. The Eagles certainly look well-equipped to make it out of the group after a 6-1 performance, most likely final at this stage. Central Christian College will have plenty of work to do and will have something to hang its hat on to do it. Gushua. Oda trying to turn and deliver a similar shot. That one cued off the end of her foot. Best sustained bit of pressure late. Seeping complacency for Oklahoma Wesleyan, but an emphatic performance nonetheless. And of course, the emptying of both benches for fitness' sake with matches in so many consecutive days. There are a few starters to be found left on the field. Kasoa, one of them, lofted it up. Bounces over Gushua. Obtain. Touched inside. A final 30-second shout coming out from the bench. That is all left to play in what will be a 6-1 affair. Oklahoma Wesleyan with a special performance. Not unique, but special all the same. For Marjolaine Nakasa with a hat trick in the first half. Kasia Kremen with 2 in the second. Beaver with 1 more. And then Kaylee Gushwa with 2.5 minutes left, scoring Central Christian College's only goal in a 6-1 Oklahoma Wesleyan win to put the Eagles top of the group. The